Keller with MMA UK and in the Girls Corner, and I am speaking to Levi Steedman. Levi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well. Where did your name come from? It's beautiful, and I've never heard this name on a person, only in the jeans.
I don't know, actually. I've asked my mum this a few times, but I think it's something to do with like a singer's daughter got cut off. Is it Paul Young? I can't think of who it is, but it's a guy who named his daughter Levi. My mum really likes it, and my nana thought it was really unusual. Thank you.
Now, you're one of the busiest, more active ladies in the amateur scene, which is awesome because that's what's going to, give you the experience that you need as a pro. I want to talk about your two upcoming fights. I guess we'll talk about your first one, May 25th. Who are you fighting for May 25th? I forgot the name.
The promotion. Or the Almighty. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about that fight. And I know this is, a couple weeks away.
Yeah, it's 4 weeks today, I think it is. It's a really good fight, actually. Like on paper, the stylistic matchup is really, really good. The girl who I'm fighting, Dakota, she's come from a Thai background. So she was a professional Thai fighter, I believe. So she's transitioning over, and she won the last fight by TKO, which is the same as what I won my last fight in. And I'm really excited for this fight. Like the bigger the fight, the better. Like it seems to bring it out of me. Like, when you lay in bed and you're tired and you think, oh, do I really have to go to the gym today? And I think, yeah, I fucking do need to go to the gym today because this girl could be training 3 hours longer than me today. So it's I'm really excited for it. As you can tell, I'm out of breath.
Well, you're out of breath. Also, you just got back from a spin class. I saw. Well, I've tried to do that. How the heck do you get through one of those classes?
I've done one before and I'll never do it again. I went and done a strength and conditioning session, and then all the girls like piled out of the class, and I was like, sack that. No, I'm not into that.
I can't do it. I'm like, you're riding to nowhere. You're literally going nowhere. There's tons to be. I couldn't do it. I'd rather just get in a kickboxing ring and sweat it out for like 7 minutes.
I would actually rather someone punch me in the face than do a spin class.
Right? I feel the same as hot yoga. I've tried it all, and everybody's like, well, why don't you try yoga? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do... I said, the only thing that I enjoy is getting punched in the face or punching people in the face. I just don't see the idea of sitting there in a hot ass room sweating for, ugh.
Yeah, that doesn't interest me at all.
Right? Now, tell us about where you train. You train out of SBG, correct?
SBG Manchester, yes.
How is that?
It's great. Yeah, it's a small gym in Manchester, but it's always jam packed. Obviously, we've got the SBGs all around the world, but like SBG Manchester's like the little hub, So it's great there. We've got really good fighters coming out of there, a lot of professionals, a lot of really good amateurs, and it's just really good training there because we're getting top level sparring, all the rounds are hard. Everybody says there's no easy rounds, but there genuinely is. Everybody wants to get better in that gym. Yeah, it's a really good place to be, especially if you live in the Manchester area as well.
And I've heard nothing but great things. They even have them in the States here. I forget what state it's in, but I know that there's an SBG or two in the United States.
There's quite a few. Yeah. There's quite a few in the States. Yeah.
Which is awesome. Now you have you've been accepted to compete at the IMMAF European Championships in Rome. That would be June 17th to the 22nd. You've done this before. What is it like?
It's really good. It is a really well-run organisation. It is really safe. Like I think I said in the last interview that I did, it's like quite safe MMA. But you're gonna have if you win every fight, you're gonna have like 4 fights in a week. And if you think you're not wearing shin guards, like that's the reason why you've got shin guards on and like the rounded gloves. The refs are quite eager to jump in when you see you looking like you're in a bit of a compromised position. So it is really good, and going down there with a lot of people on. We took quite a big team last year to Bahrain, and now it's an even bigger team. So it's just good to get like England on the map as well for MMA, because I think quite a lot of people don't realise that we are actually up and coming. The US obviously is massive in the US, and it's slowly but surely becoming this popular sport in England. So it's really good that we've got top level girls and guys going over there and representing. So it's a really good experience. I think it's a good experience as well because
I do. I think
sorry,
it's awesome that you're doing that.
yeah, and I think I was saying this to another girl who was on the team the other day, was that it's one of those things where you don't know who you're fighting. Like when you get told you're having a fight, like in your, you know, your town, and they go, you're fighting this person in 6 weeks. Okay, we can, you know, you can look at tape, you can plan whatever you want to do, but you get there and then the draw's like the same day, right, you're fighting this person. And I think I said it's like a real test of your balls. Like, you know, you're just walking out, you have no idea if this girl's going to come out and try and take my head off, if she's going to double leg me, if she's going to, you know, run away from me. You have no idea. And I think that's the beauty of it as well, is you don't have time to prepare, so you're going off what's already, you know, mentally already instilled into your game. So it's a real test of skill, and I'd advise everybody to do it if they can.
You know, I agree. And sometimes I'd almost rather in something not know too much about my opponent. You know, we discussed that I play pool. I played the other week. I didn't even look at the score sheet to see what this girl was rated. No clue. Just went on my business. And she came up to me after she beat me, and I didn't even care because it was such a great game. And she's like, dude, you had me every game. I'm like, I didn't even know what you were rated. All I knew was I saw your skill, and I was like, all right, I got to step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, it kind of is better because then you don't have the, you know, either the thought that if she's, you know, lesser of a player than me on paper, I don't get that you know what I mean? You don't get overconfident or overconfident. So
Because I think like
cool.
it's a good, you know, there's pros and cons to not knowing your opponent, because I had a sports psychologist called Rob Dawson, and he was saying like you need to control yourself, stop trying to control like the uncontrollables. And I think that's why IMMAF is so good, because you've solely got to think of yourself, and that's, you know, as soon as you start thinking about the opponent, you're kind of losing, you know, that battle there. So that's what I've kept that ever since I worked with him, and it's actually made a massive difference. So that'll play into my half when I go over there in Rome.
Is this your first time going to Rome?
Yeah, it is as well. I've always wanted to go, and then because my mum's been about 5 times now, I think, and she keeps saying, "Oh, you should come over with me," and I was like, "Oh no." But then now, like looking at it's actually Ostia, I think, which is outside of Rome, and it's got a beach, so amazing. We can go and fight and then go on the beach, which just sounds great.
There you go. That would be awesome. And if you go to the Vatican or anything like that, take pictures for me, please. There's somewhere I am going to visit one day, so I think that's really incredible, especially being a young up-and-comer. That's got to be an amazing feeling. And not only that, you're representing Team England, so that's as cool as it gets.
Yeah, it is pretty cool actually, because, you know, you travel in the world. Not many amateurs do that. You know, when you turn pro, you do fly everywhere as a pro, you know, to go on these different promotions. But as an amateur and doing it for your country is it's a pretty big thing. It's something to be proud of anyway. Make some memories.
Absolutely.
To tell my grandchildren.
I want you to talk about you're looking for sponsors, donations, anything anybody can give. Shout out your GoFundMe page and stuff, because a lot of people don't know it, and I've been sharing it, but we want to get you as many as possible and get you to Rome efficiently.
That would be amazing, yeah. Because I've tried, like last year when I'd done the GoFundMe, I was trying to get sponsors as well. But it was just at the time where, you know, I think a lot of people already had sponsors, and all the local businesses already, you know, used up all the whatever it is, that spare money that they've got that they can use. And I managed to get the money for Bahrain, but like this time, one of my big sponsors that usually sponsors me has had to pull out due to financial reasons, and so that's kind of left me in the rut a bit. So I'm like doing everything I can. I'm also doing personal training. So all the, you know, the profit I make from personal training, I'm going to, you know, keep and use that for flights or whatever, because this time we have to do everything. So what we did last year for Bahrain is we give them like a lump sum, and the accommodation and the food was all included. This time we have to find our own accommodation, find our own nutrition source, you know, and then it's a bit different, you know. Every little helps really with the donations, especially when you're trying to, you know, train full time as well. It becomes quite difficult.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we're going to be sharing the crap out of this, so local businesses over in your area, please donate to Levi. We want her to get over. We want her to have the best time ever over in Rome at IMMAF. I have a question. I saw you post the other day. What is St. George's Day? Say it
So
correctly?
you've heard of St George's Day. So you've heard of so St Patrick's Day, so
Yeah.
Paddy's Day, which is Irish. Well, this is just the English version basically, and it's funny because quite a lot of people don't know what it's about, and a lot of people don't really celebrate it. But it's just basically like St Patrick's Day, but in England, and nobody really cares about it. But I just thought it was fitting, if you're English, just say happy happy St George's Day and just celebrate it. But there's not much of a fuss made about it, and we're not as patriotic as other places, which we should be. But
everybody should be.
Yeah,
I think everybody should celebrate their country and what their history is, and that's a whole nother thing for me. That people have to be ashamed of celebrating the country. It's like, what? You should be proud of where you come from. I have family. Actually, I just found out from my two aunts and my uncle all got their DNA tested, and we have a lot of English in us. And I have cousins over in Nottingham, so I was wondering how much removed we are from it. Not a lot at all. Now, is that the Georgian flag?
I don't. Do you know what? I learned about it in school years ago, and I've just forgot the actual, the background of it. I feel real bad now.
No, I'll look it up and we'll research it together, because I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it's just so that's why I posted the picture, from the with me with the England kit on as well, because it's the English flag on the front is what everybody should have outside flying, but we don't. I don't really know what the reason is behind that. Like, even the parades in the town centre is not as good as the St Patrick's Day parade, so we probably just don't celebrate saints.
We go so overboard with it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just too much. I won't even go out on St. Patty's Day anymore, because it's like people just want to get wasted, and I'm like, all right, well, it's not really my thing, but they go crazy. It's funny because there's so many different rules with the flags of other countries, and when I go past people's houses, and I kind of have a little chuckle, because the American flag's only supposed to be flown at certain times, and unless it's weatherproof, it shouldn't be outside. All this crazy shit. So I'm like, you knew the rules of the flag, but it doesn't really matter,
Yeah, I think my mum will kill me for not knowing the actual reason behind St. George's Day, but we'll I'll Google that later.
We will learn that together, absolutely. So, Levi, I want you to talk about anything that we haven't talked. Actually, before we do that, I want to know. I love to ask women, and especially people in general. I think we talked about it. How do you cut weight efficiently? I think we spoke about it on the MMA UK Women's Show.
I think it's quite hard for girls. I think because of all of our weird hormones that we have, and everything's up and down, and so that obviously you have to take that into consideration. Your cycle and everything. But I don't find it too hard. For my two first fights, I was quite small, so I didn't really have that much muscle mass. I was kind of just dieting down. I wasn't doing it quite efficiently, but now started to do a bit of a water cut. I've leaned out massively as well. I've put on a lot of muscle mass, so it's actually easier now. Instead of starving myself, and I'm training 3 times a day, and my energy levels were plummeting. I've got a nutritionist now called Beth Packman.
Awesome.
So she's basically just sorted out my your macronutrients, making sure that I refuel after every session. And when you look at it, you think, God, this is so much food, but then it makes so much sense, because you need to refuel. And I think you kind of hold on to stuff, don't you, when you don't refuel after it, and you start eating different things like chocolate and things like that, because you think that your blood sugar's down, but it's not, because you've not had the right things. So I thought, in order to become the best MMA athlete I can be, I think I should probably start in the kitchen. It's a massive thing. When I eat crap, I perform crap, and I don't want to perform crap. I want to be the best I can be. So I've got this nutritionist, and hopefully I'll be like a machine the next time I fight. But we're working towards this fight, of course. But obviously I have to be flyweight limit every day in Rome. So we're going to be tailoring, the calories down and things towards that. So yeah, just do it smart. Don't do it like I did.
What do you do after your fight, and to stay, feeling great before your next one in a tournament like that?
Do you know what it is? It's strange. Like, I've had this conversation before. It's like every time you win, or even if you lose, the fight is such an anticlimax that you want to do it again. Yeah. So I was saying to a few people that I train with, is that I always want to have a fight in, because I need that kind of like that, I don't need a reason to train, but I always want something to train to, because then obviously, you know, you've got your challenges and things at the head of it. But I think that's just the best way of getting into it, is just getting focused. Right, my next fight is when, even if it's like tomorrow, so in Rome, like I thought now, right, the gold medals, 3 fights away. That I just put goalposts, and then once I've gone past that goalpost, right, I've got another goalpost, and then that's just how I do it, basically. That's how I keep my motivation anyway.
Smart way of doing it, my friend. Where can everybody follow you? And then I want you to give a shout out to anybody that you know, sponsors, whatever. But where can everybody find you on social media, that if they want to talk to you about IMMAF and your career and some sponsors, hook them up?
So Instagram, I've changed my handle recently. I've got at Steed MMA, which is STEEDMMA. And also on Facebook, it's just Levi Steedman. That's about it. I don't have Twitter or anything, so just Instagram and Facebook is fine.
What about your GoFundMe? Is that just under your name, Levi Steedman?
Yeah, well, it's on my Facebook, but it's public now. So every time I share it, and I can probably boost the post as well, so that becomes public. Because I don't think you can find it if you write in "Get Levi to the European Champs." It just brings up loads of different like random things. So if you go on there, it'll definitely be on the Facebook, and it's on my Instagram bio. So
awesome.
You can click on that.
Awesome. And give everybody a shout out, sponsors, family, friends. Floor is yours.
Yeah, just a shout out to everybody at SBG Manchester, and especially Coach Matt Inman, who's been preparing me for all my fights, but especially this one, you know, the next one up and coming. And yeah, so we're going to smash in it.
I'm so excited to see what you got going on. I'm going to post all the updates of your fight and of the tournament. And I just wanted to thank you for taking some time out of your day to speak with me. And Levi, enjoy your weekend. Keep kicking ass, and we will be sharing all your updates. I'm going to put your GoFundMe on my page, and let's get you to Rome.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you, Levi. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.